I'll take both of them right now. I don't know whether they can still run. But
Who are the four remaining players in your mind?
I'm hoping they'll be big men. If you look at the lineup that I have right now, most of them are guards, wingmen. The only real big I have is Anj Kwame. And then, of course, Brownlee can play big, but I prefer him to play a small forward position. So there are a lot of good big men out there in the Philippines that can join the team, but we just have to try to get permission for them to play. That's what we're trying to do now. But as far as the names are concerned, there are no names. And I'm hoping that all 8 of those guys will push through with their commitment. Because, like I said, anything can happen in between now and December. So we just have to be on the lookout for any of the players that really want to play for the team, who are talented, that can really help the team win.
Thank you.
Good morning po. I mentioned from the interview for Coach Norman. About Irish, since Meralco will also be playing in the East Asia Super League, any chances that we get to see him again play for the Bolts before the SEA Games?
Do that again.
With Meralco competing in the East Asia Super League, any chance we get to see Irish play for Meralco before he suits up for Gilas?
I'm not sure that he's going to play for us in the ESL this year. I know we've already announced a couple of players that are playing for us, which are Justin Brownlee and Jefferson. Yeah, Hollis Jefferson. So I think we still have 2 more spots available as far as eligibility in the league is concerned, ESL. But as of this moment, I'm not sure who those players will be.
For ED Erica po, in terms of yung before the SEA Games, so magkakaroon po I think yung World Cup qualifiers din po. So asking lang din po on when will the national team po set up camp po before yung qualifiers?
It's always a week, no, before the first game of the qualifiers. So a week, count a week before November 27, and that's when we go to camp with Coach Kim.
Tanong na rin po, will this be na rin po, no, in line pa rin po dun sa, hindi naman po magkakaroon ng parang scheduling issue with the PBA?
No, again, as early as January of 2024, we sat with the stakeholders already to show them the whole schedule. And itong mga 1 week breaks, no, na hiningi natin, yan ang request ni Coach Tim sa PBA to run his program. Again, with the idea that as we go on, we build up from those small windows. So, nagko-compile siya, and all together, parang nag-training na rin ng more than a month yung team at this point in time.
Thank you po.
Questions?
Next question.
Norm, you won the Grand Slam in the PBA, you won 5, I think, championships with Ateneo in the UAAP. You coached the Asian Games team in '84, and you coached also the SEA Games, I heard. Does this new stint with the SEA Games team as coach, could this have any new meaning for you still?
I think if you were to ask Erica, she would say that
No, not yet.
I'm a little bit
Excited.
excited, yeah. Not stressed, excited, okay? No, I'm really trying my best to put together the best team I can. I've been around long enough to know how disappointed the Filipinos will be if we lose the SEA Games. I've coached there before, so I know the pressure involved. So right now, I'm just trying to put together the best team I can, the most balanced team I can, based on the competition we're going to go up against, and I want to give ourselves the best chance of winning. You know, basketball makes the Filipino people happy, particularly when we're winning. So it's very important for me to pressure the bosses to give me as much support as possible so that I can recruit the best players. Because let's face it, we don't know what we're up against. We never knew that there would be 5 Americans playing for Cambodia last time. And this time, Thailand is the host, so we don't know exactly what's going to happen when we get there. So we need to be prepared. And as far as I'm concerned, right now, our preparation time will be very short. So we're not going to have all that preparation time, and we better make sure we have the best players we can put on the floor.
You already have a team manager and assistants coach.
Maybe Erica can answer that.
We're still in the middle of forming the staff, so I think Coach Norman still has to make a few calls before we announce his staff.
Questions? Yes, our president, Francis Ochoa.
No.
Your draft pick.
Your number one pick, Coach Norman.
We're talking about the
Just
80s and the 90s.
That was your number one pick before. So I'd just like to ask a question. When we talk of basketball in the Philippines, we're still thinking Gilas Pilipinas, the men's team, obviously. But I know that you're very much busy with the entire program. So like just maybe give us an idea of your mid long-term goals discussed, and also just to how does Coach Norman's grassroots program fit in? Does that cover the same? Is it just for the men's, or does the grassroots work for both men's and women's also? Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So the SBP is focused really on 4 things. The first is our national team operations. The second would be our 3x3 operations, which we've separated already from our national teams per se, because we want more focus, because it's now an Olympic sport on its own, and so we want it to be independent of our 5-on-5 programs. And then we have what we call our institutional support, where we try to provide as much help we can to our members, to our stakeholders, to the local Philippine basketball community. Because we believe in SPP, if the local community is thriving commercially, if it's viable, then we're doing a good job as the federation. And then, of course, we also have to focus on our grassroots. That's why we hired Coach Norman as a grassroots head. And under the grassroots program, we have talent identification, which he spearheads. We have our Coaches Academy under Coach John Wichico, where we try to develop more competitive coaches to teach our youth, and also for our commercial teams, commercial level, elite level. And then we have our technical academy. We try to make sure that this time around, we don't forget to develop our officials as well, because we feel that they are very important, especially the grassroots level. Basketball is habit forming, and if referees at the lower level do not make the right calls, our kids might be picking up the wrong habits. So we also want a pathway for our referees to be Olympians also, or World Cup referees. That's what we want for them. And a part of that, which I hope we can all help on, is to get people or get basketball fans to respect our referees. I know it's like a chicken and an egg, where if they perform well or if they officiate well, then they will get more respect. But sometimes it's very hard for them to make the right calls when they have people screaming at their ears with words that are very hurtful. So hopefully we can provide more respect for our officials as well. So yun yung 4 pillars ng SBP that we're working on. We're also currently having talks with Secretary Angara in the DepEd, because we want to be able to infiltrate our public schools with proper training for basketball. So our Coaches Academy and our Talent ID and our 3x3 program are all talking to the DepEd now. Hopefully we will sign a MOA with them soon, where we will be training their PE teachers, their coaches, and be able to get Coach Norman's program rolling in those DepEd schools as well. So ang dami na estudyante na matututo ng basketball the right way. So we're really hoping for that. PSC Chairman Tato Gregorio is helping push that as well. He has met with Secretary Angara about that also. So yan yung mga a few of our projects that we are working on for the long-term development of basketball in the country, aside from what is already happening with our national teams. For our national teams, obviously the goal is to make the Olympics. No? There are 4 categories in basketball: 3x3 men's, 3x3 women's, 5-on-5 men's, and 5-on-5 women's. And we do believe that we have a chance to get to the Olympics for all those 4 teams. No? We have carved pathways for them. And even for our Gilas men, as disappointing as the previous tournament, the Asia Cup was, we're actually still in pace of our goal of making it to the Olympics. Because the World Cup qualifiers, that's where it starts, and that doesn't begin until November, December. So we have to regroup. Coach Tim, I believe Coach Tim knows what to do. He had a really good assessment of the previous tournament, and he's already working towards adjustments for this coming window.